Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Oh, time. Ready.
I need soap and blend that time. I'm want to call and talk of the things there.
That's the reason I'm done with him, because I see the boy have me and the girl have me with the same Raga.
Hold on. The boy have you and the girl have beard with the same red rock?
Yes. Raga.
Yeah.
Beside the girl with the next side of the story about the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Aganeering because the way we are.
Yo, that word they're mad. Aganeering. Aganeering to the flipping world.
Hi. Ragashanti, I the mix of daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on. Yes, Ragashanti. So you know how Richie feelings this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
Check.
Blend that time.
Check. Ragashanti live. Check. Here we go.
I need soap and blend that time.
Ragashanti live. Check. Bam bam badam bam babadu
I
bam
need
be.
soap and blend that
Bam
time.
diggy bam bam badam bam babadu bam be. Ragashanti live.
I need soap and blend that time.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Barbs, Billy, grew up, big up yourself. Barbs, good, Barbs, big up yourself. Look at the music. Lego the music. Wagwan people, good night. Almost a Monday to Friday than a Wednesday. When you're busy, you know, sometimes boy, you lose track of this and you lose track of that and whatever. May I tell you, so right, you know, I'm Mr. Busy. Busy man in idea, man, busy and thing, but we give thanks and thing and whatever. Yo, tonight anything, well, not anything, not like anything goes, but when I can't call him, but when I can't call him, but the stalker thing, you know, and the scam thing and the con thing from, you know, relating to that thing there. Well, it's really 3 layers of thing with it I talk about, right? And remember that thing, that, you know, say, all I'm gonna watch a thing that's something there on Netflix, but I'm gonna watch it, man. I just never have no time this week, but I'm gonna watch it, you know. I forgot the name. Somebody soon put it in the classroom. Tinder something and whatever. But the con man, the man will take the conning pan another level and thing and can out the woman, you know, several woman after woman, millions of dollars in total. And sitting and whatever. I know him do it and whatever. I need for watch it. If you know what I go on. Because I like to know what I go on out the road, you know. You have to know what I go on out the road. What do you mean on the subway? And a woman sit down beside me and she said, don't I know you? Now, without the hype thing or whatever, you know, when you do it with me, do, and, you know, a question like that not really strange, you know? Sometimes, you know, the whole Ragashanti thing, people, you know, particularly when you're outside of Jamaica, you know? So, I kind of used to that. But me give that woman the once over and thing. Like, she, you know, say she white, but you can see she a little toops of mix. A little toops of something in that. Oh, again, to all of my listeners, them who always I say, no, sometimes you say these Jamaican things and you don't explain them. And, but, if every now and then you could just explain these terms that you use because we want to learn. Well, toops in Jamaican language mean just a smidgen, a slight, it means a very small amount, to use the English language formally, right? So toops mean a very small amount. So if somebody say, oh, you put a toops of salt in it, it means you put just a little itsy bitsy bit of salt in it. So this lady, I know, she have a toops or something else mixed with white. Whatever it is, I don't know. And whatever. So I'm not say no white somebody not supposed to know Ragashanti. I'm not saying that. But I said that's the first thing I noticed. And then the second thing is her accent. I know she talk. I never pick up no look at Caribbean this and no look at Jamaican this. And then her mannerisms, the way she gesticulated, the way her body language or whatever. Just overall, just a feel from her. I said quickly concluded that this is not likely to be the Ragashanti things. It's not likely to be another case where somebody has said, don't I know you from somewhere? And in my mind, I say, the Ragashanti thing. So I quickly conclude, say, this is not the Ragashanti thing. But, I playing whatever, and, I say, probably, I don't know. I don't know, whatever. Because the train I take, it, I just two-stop. Well, it's an express train, right? But anytime I take it, it's just two stops, And so she said, yeah, I know you. I just think the next logical thing to ask somebody, if somebody has said them know you or whatever, don't it make sense for you then say, where you think you know me from or what name? Them two questions. It just makes sense to me that you gotta ask them two questions. So I like, so where would you know me from or what name, would I have or whatever. So she like, I know you from somewhere. She not answer the question. No, she not answer the question. She not respond to the question, which is unusual. Even if you can't answer the question, you're going to say something in response to the question. And things. So, and she not do that. So I notice that. So I ask her again. I'm like, so where you think you would have known me from? Or what, what name would I have? And she said, well, you don't think I can know you from someplace? Right, that's now me I say, boy, this don't sound right, But upon the subway, so I have nothing well, Well, I'm not going to say I have nothing to fear because in a subway, them a push our people in a train and all them something. That be a you have to be careful. But, right, that's now me I say, something half, so, So I start pre the place now and think, more time people do them something there. Them something else are go on and them engage you in dialogue in order to deflect from something else or whatever. Because sometimes women do them something there too. Like if somebody, may I look for one video over there. One man a walk a follow one woman, a follow one woman and she get nervous and thing and whatever. So she just go up to a random man and start talk to the man and thing and whatever. And the man pick up quick. Him not know her, But she talk to the man like she know the man and whatever. And the man pick up quick. And some place in a Times Square it must happen. But the man pick up quick. Say, yo, that woman here try to get you from the man here. And then the man will follow her, one Asian man like him come over and I say, oh, well, I like him. I say, are you friend this? Are you, whatever. And the man I say, yeah, I'm a friend. How are you? All right? You good? You good? Yeah, man, I'm a friend this. Come. And him just call her in and whatever. And the man will follow her for all long and whatever. Him walk down and whatever. And so him save her. So enough time them look at something that happen, So I start pre in a train and I look if like, I look around if I something happen, you know, I try to engage me in a dialogue or whatever for escape from something and thing and whatever. But I not say nothing. So she dead now and whatever. There's something where there's some unconscious thing where women do with them body, when their mind in a certain state, right? Most people don't pay attention to them something or whatever, but there's some things where women do and whatever. There are things when women play with them here, when them lean a certain way, you know, cross and uncross legs or whatever. There are things women do when them protect themselves, and there are things women do when them flirt. And there was like a slight flirty thing with this woman or whatever, you know. But there was also something slightly creepy about her. And I don't know if we don't know what she did. I don't know what her intention was or whatever and thing like that. But remember me tell you, the train when me take is an express train. So it don't stop at every stop. But based on when me I go, I only 2 stop it make. So within my 2 stop, it fly past a woolly part of stop, you know, but it just make 2 stop for go where me I go. So me see the train now I come up to my stop. So me get up now for cause me approach my stop. Because me have to come off of that, me have to come off of the subway for go catch one different train. One longer train, the Long Island train, Long Island Railroad train. So I get up now for go come out because usually me have to move fast because my thing timed, you know. Me have to come off of the train for go go down for go catch your market. So it's an approach me stop, so I jump up, you know, and thing and whatever. Me and my lady, so what do I do? What did I do? I say, what you mean what you do? She said, what did I do? Why you jumping up like? I said, I'm coming up my stop. No, you're avoiding me. I said, I don't even know you. What you mean I'm avoiding you? I don't know anything. What did I do? Is this what you're saying I'm racist? No, how racist dropping me don't know, you know? Remember, I know you have all these weird people. I come upon weird things in New York City all the time. And most New Yorkers, they just ignore these things. You know, people just come up to you and start talking to you crazy. That's like common in New York City, you know, particularly when you're in Manhattan and them place there and whatever. And certain, you know, downtown Brooklyn and what. You just have all these strange people out there and whatever this time. You know, some come and jump up from a stop. And then she's like, what? Dracar Noah? Oh, what? Oh. But she's like, so, oh, what? You avoid him? So, what do you mean avoid him? I don't even know you, whatever. Oh, so is this like a racist thing or what? Me don't know how that part the Japan and thing or whatever, but you see, when them something that happen now, me get in a zone where me don't know if you never watch TV and see all them people like, you know, like a stranger, we just stab up somebody or then we just chew acid on you and all them something they like. You know, there's some, me know this sound weird to someone if you don't know about that city something there where them people you just have some people out there that will just do some crazy something and thing and whatever and you don't even have to know them. You just have these crazy people out there and whatever. And I just kind of ease off and thing and go near the door and come off and run go to my train and do my thing or whatever. Now, like I say, people in the city would tell you them something that unusual. And what you just walk on the road and you just see the strangest thing, you know. I see a video today, somebody a come off of the train, you know, off a subway, right? And when them a come off, is a man that a tattoo, I put a tattoo upon a next man in the subway platform, you know. And the man lay down and him naked, but you know when you do a tattoo thing and you just have your towel across your back and cause the tattoo I do upon the man, like that's upon the man gluteus draw, but in our colloquial expression we would say in batija. So this man is running a tattoo shop on a platform in New York City, right there. And have the man strip off him clothes and lay down naked, you know. But the man, you know, see him in private parts, but the towel over him and thing and they are tattoo the man on a platform in the subway station. I don't know if it's New York, but nonetheless it's some subway station and thing and whatever. So it is not unusual to see these, to see people just do the weirdest, crazy things. Particularly not only in the street, but there in the subway and whatever. But I just did that. I'm just a pre that woman they know, and I tell you, say, you have some people out there, and we have a term in Jamaica where we say, mad people in a clean clothes. But you have some people out there because it's like you have some people out there, you and them interact and whatever, but them have some kind of madness in them, and it just takes certain circumstances for it to come out and whatever. I mean, I don't know if I'm getting jaded here or whatever, or I'm watching too much true crime channels on TV. Well, true crime channel is different from what I'm talking about right now, and things like that. But it's just like the world. I don't know. It's like craziness are increasing in the world. I don't know if I'm exaggerating here, because I'm sure if you go to some rural parts of the country, whichever country, even in Jamaica and whatever, life is arguably still simple over there, and people still easygoing. Them look a place where everybody know everybody, and the culture is sedate and relaxed. So I'm sure those type of normalcy exists in other places and things. So I don't want to start generalizing from, wagwan in a New York City to say, yo, what's the world are going on and the world are changing. No, New York City is not representative of the world. But nonetheless, you have these crazy people out there. And we have to be careful with that. You don't want to, be too loose with the term crazy and weird, because there are differences which we have to appreciate. Not everybody is the same. Some people do things differently. So be careful when you label people as crazy or whatever and all them something like that. But nonetheless, it just I don't know, and probably somebody can help me here, but it just seemed to me that like the weird, what we consider weird is increasing. Am I wrong? I mean, I want to jump, go agree with me and whatever. But just like, what are your experiences like? What are you observing out there? What you hear? Because sometimes you hear people say, John, the world I get mad and the world I get crazy, see what go on. And yeah, when we see some extreme things happen, and I hear people use them phrases all the while. The world I get mad, see people are turning, the people I get violent, and the Christian and God soon come, God I go come for him, really, see what go on. Am I correct in thinking that some of the craziness are increase out there, or it's just like before, or is it that people get weirder and weirder? Me don't know. So if you not have any scamming thing or whatever, you can't. And remember, you can't call him about anything you don't want to call him about. But and I know what I'm saying here, it has a degree of vagueness to it. But if you have some sense of what I'm saying and what what is percolating in my mind in terms of what's going on there and whatever, sometimes sometimes I just want to stay in my yard, I don't want to go up on the road too much. I don't know if I have that feeling there. Like, I just want to stay in my yard, because I say, boy, out there be a madness going out there. Not extreme, But, you have some people, you have a particular phobia with that, You have people, you have a clinical disease with that, fear of outside. If you just look up phobias on the internet, you will see all of them. Agoraphobia, but you have one, so you have people who psychologically they have a clinical disease where they cannot leave their home. They can't, if them go out, them suffer severe panic attacks to the point where them hurt themselves or just, make bust a blood vessel in them head. So, when I talk about them, let me see. Let me see what we now say over here, sir. And it's getting crazier because society is allowing a lot of things without thoroughly assessing these people. Everyone thinks their behavior is and should be acceptable based on freedom of this or that. In general, enough love say, appear mad people that drive out a road, they make your course be a bad word like, no, you see all the driving people who drive out a road, something there. Me I tell them, because I have a little temper, you know, and I have worked on my temper and I've come a long way. I have a terrible temper, but you know, I've come a long way with my temper, you know, doing way better now than before. But I look a road something there, I have to train myself in it, you know, because me I tell you, boy, people out there. But me not talk about people who are obviously mentally disturbed, you know. Just bear with me for a second. What I'm talking about, I'm not talking about people who immediately as them start talking, you know, this person is, things not too balanced in them head space, you know. Me not talk about them people. Me talk about people who, like them normal, them look normal. Them look like them okay. But them just do these weird things that is their normal. People. One long time, man. We talk to a woman, good, and we talk and she was being a little flirty and thing nice. I'm tell her intelligent and just witty and clever and just a pleasure to talk to. And if I tell you all of a sudden where that woman just bust out with her and say she want hey, me catch me afraid, man. Me catch me afraid, with the woman, which part the woman says she want put her mouth and what she want do and whatever. And thing, and we just jump and just draw her from her. And then people are telling me about all these things that them are go through, like, them are going good with somebody who just look normal or whatever, and just some crazy things that people do, Some of them is like a joke, yeah? But, that whole thing that where you see somebody and you would have never think say them would have do this or you'd have never think say them would have do that or them end up say something or do something where you like just kind of blow your mind. Like, where that come from? Like, you'd have never think that person would have do this or say this or whatever. I just find that those people I mean, have a look, even with the man there, the president man there, former president, it's like he make them people, all right, the president will just lose what idea. It's like he make theme type of people him feel like say, them can just come out with some things right now. So when I tell people from what day, I say, yo, I not really him, He say, I not him are the problem, Because what him do is tap in on something, and give them license, for just come on and make them feel like, say, it's okay if you talk them mind. Not only talk them mind, but it's almost like in many of them, it's like him open up something in them where them David didn't know said it in them. If that make any sense. It's like he make it normal for them come out and say certain things and do certain things now where I really believe that some of them wouldn't think that them would have said them something there and do them crazy thing there when they must say. But you notice them type of people, for example, they think it's okay for just come out with the craziest thing them and say the craziest thing them about black people and with them no one, whatever, like. It's like it's normal now. Some things that would have shocked you before, them not shock you again. Them people, when you look on the internet, man, them people, them just attack up and come up with something open. Who if you got kill who? And we need to take up our guns now. And I define patriotism in a way if you say, kill all people who know why. It's like these, you just have these people, and them look normal. Them look like them don't look like we that say a mad people them. You understand what I say? You have some people who look upon them and would say, yeah, you know, you have some people who look upon them and would say, yo, that man is obviously of an unstable mind. Or you look upon a woman and be like, there's some serious instability upstairs and whatever. So I'm not talk about that situation. I talk about a kind of increase. There's an atmosphere out there now where it seems to be okay to actively engage in the absurd and the weird, and I don't know. I don't know. Probably I'm overthinking this. I don't know. But I use theme thing as an example too, right? It's just there's this increase of things out there, and people who them people who are say. The whole gender thing that too. Some people are say them at this and some people are say them at that and who believe them are alien and those things were always there, I'm just saying there seemed to be an increase in you could do whatever, you could be whatever, I could think of you whatever. There's a lot of weirdness going on out there. I'm not sure that I'm articulating what I'm saying properly, but I just think there's a lot of weirdness going on out there. There's a lot of strange behavior going on out there. But anyway, if anybody have anything you want to talk about or whatever, just give me a call. I know I told you I was going to watch that Tinder swindle or something. So here we are going. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I want to make sure so I want to watch it too. And then Friday, we chat about it. Friday upon the show, we chat about it. Again, it's on Netflix for those of you who have Netflix, or however you can watch it. And again, it's a documentary thing, but not documentary in the boring sense. That some of you are averse to, but documentary, in terms of mix-up thing, right? And I tell you, it's a time for me, tell me about it and so forth. But again, that man, I want scammer, I want cannis. And thing, and him go around and can millions of dollars out of people, out of woman and thing, and the way him govern him thing and sitting and whatever. So we were, we did kind of depend that, but also with respect to, somehow if you don't have any interesting dating experience, I know somehow not want to talk about this, them something about if you don't have any crazy online dating experience, I would love to hear if you have had any and you want to share it with us, or if you have just had a crazy dating experience, in real time, if you have had, been on a date and it was just horrific or crazy or whatever, just give me a call and talk about it, or if anything you want to talk about. All right. Again, if you're calling from Jamaica, the number is, wait a present, we have to take a break. All right, but let me give you the number before we take the break. The number is 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. And if you're calling from the United States, the number is toll free from the United States or Canada. That number is 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. All right, we'll hold a break. We'll soon forward.
From Flat Bridge to the George Washington Bridge, from the top of the Empire State Building to the Blue Mountain Peak, from the Grill Point to Morant Point to Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, New York City, it's Irie Jam.
You ever check out the Golden Cluster on Picking Avenue in Brooklyn? The cooked food is excellent. Soups, porridge, chicken, goat, oxtail, seafood, and fish specials. You name it, they have it. And it tastes nice. Plus, them have peanut punch, Irish moss, carrot, coconut water, sorrel, magnum, and more juices and drinks. Golden Crust at 1655 Picking Avenue near Rockaway Avenue in Brooklyn. 718-342-7576. Catering and delivering services are also available. We little, but we talawa.
This is a public service announcement from Irie Jam Radio.
The place they pan lock, nobody can go nowhere. Turn your yard that the hashtag a trend, yeah. Remember fi wash your two hand them proper, yeah, hear me? Ready up, listen and follow me there. Make us a roots, soap, water, wash it, sud, scrub, rinse it, flash it, finger, hand back, water, got it, pat dry, napkin, germs dead, stop it. 99.9% of germs them gone. Have me sanitizer. Me hear a youth a talk about him no afraid of the virus, but me a the wiser. Lockdown, sanitizer turn up. A board in the house, me see a tree, me a go run up. Cool in me chest, if me no coughing, I go come up. Can't cough too loud, that's the violence I go turn up. Lock your door, stay in. You no hear me? Handshake, physical contact, scary. Flu-like symptoms, nobody come near me. Self-isolate, give me distance. Clear me. 99.9% of germs them gone. Have me sanitizer.
That was a public service announcement from Irie Jam Radio.
You know, so in this day and age, we all need to be concerned with our overall health and well-being. AgeWell New York offers Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans for $0 or low-cost premiums. Plan options are available for those with Medicare, Medicare and Medicaid, and a Medicaid Advantage Plus plan for those who need community-based long-term care services and supports in the home. Benefits include telehealth, dental, hearing, vision, transportation, and much, much more. Find your way to AgeWell in New York. Annual open enrollments end December 7th. Call 718-696-0204. 718-696-0204. Visit agewellnewyork.com. AgeWell New York, the way to age well in New York.
Irie Jam.
You're listening to Irie Jam.
Irie Jam Radio. Chronics representing 93.5 FM. Everybody wanna feel like free.
If you feel this good, I want to hear you say Irie. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. All right, people, back in on the juggling. Now, onto this lady saw thing. Aye, boy. Well, it's a Prezi, turn on about that something. To Prezi, turn on about this. Oh yeah, we're good. It's an understatement now to say the development with Lady Saw. Well, the recent development, to say that there's been a dramatic recent development in the Lady Saw saga would be an understatement. Talking about weird things happening, right? All right, now, I notice most sound I say, oh, Lady Saw Lego Christianity, she Lego God, and she gone back a dancehall based on what I want to say. She post. Me and Prezi are debated and thing and whatever, and me I say, I want to reach this up. I want to reach this up. I don't, all right, hold on. Let me read where, she posts, right? Minister Marian on. To all Christians and non-Christians. I'm going to read it in the way she wrote it, exactly how she wrote it, with the grammatical variations and all, okay? So I'm going to read it. So just bear in mind, I read what she posts. To all Christians and non-Christians who's been coming up against me and my ministry, congratulations on your mission to take me down. You have successfully done so. I have decided to walk away from my calling and will no longer be doing any preaching on any social media platform. May the Lord forgive me. People, to me, this is another instance of like, people, first of all, the way Mama phrased this. For those of you who don't know, it's a common thing to call her Mama, right? Yeah, me hear about that. We're not going to say. But all right, when you listen to this, listen first how she first identify the bad people outside. She identify some bad people, right? Then second, she identify what the bad people did I do to her. Right there, so she's a victim. She's, she's positioning herself as a victim. And she's saying that she was attacked by bad people, right? So that is what she do first. And then she sarcastically, I would hope it's sarcastic, right? She congratulated the people, the bad people who wish her bad and did her work for bad happen to her. She congratulate them and say, "Una succeed, congratulations." Now, I'm assuming that she's being sarcastic, right? As I'm sure most of you done right there. But she established that first, She's a victim. She was being attacked. People that attack her, both our ministry and our church. And una get 101, right? She explicitly said, you have successfully done so. Then after establishing all of that now, she says, I have decided to walk away from my calling. And will no longer be doing any preaching on any social media platform. May the Lord forgive me. Now, if somebody say she no longer preach on social media platform, that is not saying that she will no longer be a minister. That is my interpretation. But Prezi say, yeah, but she say, I will now walk away from my calling. Now, what Prezi is saying is that calling mean, just the whole thing about, for ministry, Christianity, and whatever. But my reasoning is, for those of you who understand faith-based terminologies and all these things, you can be a Christian, but you can get a calling to be a healer. You can be a Christian and get a calling to be a minister, a pastor. You can be a Christian and get a calling to be a messenger. I don't think someone understand calling. As well as calling can refer to you have a calling to be a Christian. So I think there is some ambiguity there and there is room for multiple interpretation, right? But I understand what Prezi said, from my calling. I think there's ample room there for it to be calling to be a minister. But I don't see where that means, shall Lego the church, or shall Lego, shall Lego Christianity, and shall come back to dancehall. In fact, I am one of those who don't think that, that the church and dancehall are mutually exclusive, even though some people put it that way, and a lot of Christians would tell you, oh, you must not go into the den of the heathen and go frolic with sinners of ill repute and whatever, right? So we understand that, and the church always tell people, say, save the souls and bring them to the church. That you must, if you do God thing, for over this with the sin of them too much, which I don't necessarily agree. Because I have always explained to people that except for churches, the very next place where God talk about the most of Jamaica, people listen to me, except for churches, the very next place, in all the year people are chat this and that about dancehall. Anybody who a regular somebody in a dancehall can tell you this. Except for the institution of the church. The very next place where invoke God the most in a Jamaica. We talk about God the most. When I stop talking about God, everything I God, is the dancehall. That people, dancehall, them stop talking about God in a dancehall. Dancehall talk about God more than enough Christian who are about dancehall. When you go dance, you can't go dance on here. All who love the Father put up a man. All who say God put up the man. And them boy, them are dirty boy, them have no God in them. But if you know say God, people who never listen to Pampete sing the most bad girl song. Right? Joking song. And, Pampete sing the most of them song there. Like, mash up body and them song there and boom it off and give them the good wine and talk up with something with them. And at the same time, you can't talk to Pampete and Pampete and bring up God. Anytime I go Fletcher's down and sit on pandy tree stump down there and a chat, every minute Pampete bring up God. Pampete ever talk about God. When you in a dance, I'll be God. Right? So I am one of them who think it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, but through them just caught up with them foolishness, man. Them no, sometimes them no want, admit certain things. But you can't in a dance hall, and don't sing what we call slack song, and still say God, and you in a dance hall. Right? Dance hall, I say God more than enough of them out there. Right? Dancehall people are more true. Enough dancehall people are more true to God and all them things that enough of them where you hear go on and I say them sitting, right? But anyway, me notice enough on I say late. So on I say, it's either come back or gone back. President, in the talk for the people, ladies are come back. Listen to that. Some of them say, ladies are gone back. And I even find those directional statements quite interesting because the one them wants to come back. That means that them in a dance hall. They must say, yo, she come back our thing. Our ladies are gone back. I am not in the dance hall, but it look like she gone back over this type of thing. But from her statement, I never get that. I'll me say right now. You see, all the ladies are keep a show right now, Prezi. I'm going to say the new me. That's all brand the show. The new me. Whatever. Show a ram, man. But she been a flirt with it doing Prezi. She been a say, you remember, the part, me never hear it, but I you tell me Prezi, she say, she invite Shensia for do, after she done this something, for do a song with her and say, it don't have to be a gospel song. Now that you tell me. Prezi. Now that she said. So that is an indication that she try find her way, She try come up with some sort of scenario where, she can get some of what Shensia get some of what Jada get some of what Spice get, and still kind of see if she can retain her credibility and thing. You see me? Something not going on with Lady Sam out there. On a cerebral level where, again, when you look at Lady Sam, she's not, like a mad woman. Like when I say, oh, she's a mad woman there. This is another mad woman. But she's another human being out there who, I don't know, have her struggles, the man have to do some weird things and sitting, People, let me tell you something. You see, that's something that we're, when I think Lady saw when she was going over in Christianity, remember, I'm always teaching you guys that there is no disappointment that you have experienced in your life that was not grounded in some form of unfulfilled expectation. None of you can call and tell me, say, but something bad with it happen to you, where when me I listen to you, you can't say, well, it never have nothing to do with my expectation. Even if you're not conscious of the expectation, because we're not conscious of all of our expectation, because we're conditioned, for want this or that, or for go over yes or whatever, this or that. In fact, really, really good people who can manage them life and manage their happiness are the ones who know how to manage their expectations. If you have yourself in a space where you know what your expectations are, because the biggest mistake people make, in this instance, is that when emotions and feelings get involved, a lot of times, a lot of people they're not conscious of their expectations, or they are distorted in recognizing their expectation. Them think this is them, are they expecting? No. But listen to me. When Lady Saw was going over into Christianity, I am sure on some level she may have thought about, I could do real well over here, And I've been wanting to go over into Christianity. I am sure Lady saw other gospel artists doing well and be like, well, already have some capital in the entertainment realm. So I have to do a converting. I'm sure she's seen other artists, Buju convert and did well. Capleton converted, even though those are Rastafari, right? Stitchy went over into Christianity and have several Christian albums under his belt. Papa San the same, right? Other artists them went over and didn't do too well, but I'm sure Lady Saw on some level calculated that, she generated a calculus that said, if I go over here, it will do well. But if we are to be honest and talk the truth right now, and again, let me just be clear. Give it that Lady Saw, made some deliberations that allowed her to publicly come out and critique other artists, Shensia and Jada Kingdom, not only to critique them, but to make some strong statements about, why they're successful and that they're not successful and whatever. She has put herself in a position to, to be able to, for other people to critique her also. And the truth, Lady Saw was and this is where they're going to say the devil attacking her, but Lady Saw was nowhere near as the impact Lady Saw has in her preaching is nowhere near the impact she had as a dancehall artist. And that has consequences. Not just, I don't mean consequences as in something bad. What I mean is, yeah, you say God and you go over there in a Christianity and whatever, but when Lady Saw preach, is Lady Saw credible as a preacher? These are uncomfortable questions, When Lady Saw preach, are you moved by Lady Saw? Do you feel honesty and truth coming from her? Like you felt when she's performing in the dance hall? These are some uncomfortable things that the people of faith, they don't want to acknowledge. Lady Saw, this thing where Lady Saw just jump out a dance hall and say she's a minister, a pastor. People usually something they don't come so, I'm just saying, I say she must did have a creep before she walk. But yeah, the people that were real good in certain things, they did creep before them walk. Anybody used to good at something, people notice them when them good at the thing, but people don't notice all the sacrifices when they met before. Right? Lady Saw the creep before she walk in a dance hall. But it appears to me that being a successful pastor or minister is not something where you can just jump in and so and it happens. So, yeah, So I think Lady Saw had some sort of expectations along those lines. That this would be like, boom, jump in it and then it will work. But then it didn't. Lady Saw is not a good preacher. She's not an impacting preacher, an impactful preacher. And here comes the squirmy, uncomfortable side of him. So the devil, yeah, be discouraging and whatever. No, I'm being objective. I don't want people to interpret that I'm being mean or I'm being negative or whatever. I'm just saying she put herself out there when she attacked people. So she's now subjected to analysis. People, you could have preached a little more, pastor a little more, and you go over there. Ladies still have our bills them for pay. Ladies still have our bills them for pay. Things never work out good over there. And I think because, her expectations were not fulfilled, and, just imagine the disappointment, whatever. And then she has to see other people and be successful in the realm where she left. That thing just bubble up in her, man. Again, if Lady Saw was doing really, really well as a minister, as a pastor, church full of money I run, Lady Saw wouldn't even look past Spice, wouldn't even look see Jada, she wouldn't even see Shensia. She wouldn't. And that is the truth. It's because Lady Saw is not doing well over that side there. That is kind of contributing to her frustration. But then at the same time, none of what she has said, most of what she has said, she's not holding herself accountable, She's not saying, well, I'm going to do this and it never worked, She's not saying, I made a choice to do this and it didn't work, so it's on me. Lady Saw do a clever little dance where she position herself as a victim first, where people are do this to her, and then she act like she make the choice, but she already established that the reason why she make the choice is because all these people doing these bad things to me. So some people hear like she said, but she said she make the choice, but no. Even this thing where she put out, again, you can't see how it start to all Christians and non-Christians who's been coming up against me and my ministry. Congratulations on your mission to take me down. You have successfully done so. I've decided to walk away from my calling. But you see, all what she put at the front, all them bad things that people are do to her, people are do all them bad things to her. I wanna do this to me, and perhaps she need to more get in a zone where, of course, there's some people don't like me and some people like me and whatever, but you know what? I made a choice. To go over into this thing and whatever, and it didn't work and whatever. But I tell you, the buying where she in there, is my one main issue with this up here. Is that she gonna say is God. When them use God that way there and lock themselves. Just imagine when a Christian say, God said me to do this. And whatever them say God said them to do, it don't work. Not only it not work, it not turn out good for them. I remember them don't say God tell them to do it, What do they do next? We in the secular world, we say, well, I tried this and it didn't work. Let me go try something else. Because that is life. Trial and error is a part of life. But because of how them use the God thing and when them put themselves in a bind where for them go try something out, them leave themselves exposed for somebody who has been watching and listening to say, oh, so God did wrong. And we know God can't wrong. So it means that them must wrong. But them not say it. Them, Ninja Man did say, every time something go wrong, Satan say, watch out, I bet you that one day going to blame me again. Right? And, Lady Saw is engaging in them type of thing, where, I'm not hearing somebody holding herself accountable. I'm not hearing somebody being honest with herself. I'm just hearing somebody who's just screaming, I'm a victim, and all these people doing all these bad things to me. And she's not saying, well, I made these choices and it didn't work. Many of them listen to me right, I want to make choices that just never work. And when I reach a point, I want to say, but now I do this again. Because when I hold myself accountable, I say, no, man used to tell me them something, and me used to, the man can't come tell me. When I hold myself accountable, because when I know, when I did believe, I look at thing one time or whatever, or, You know, what if I think? What if I think the whole I will do? Where we are say, boy, boom, bang, 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 now I do this again. Myself too, right? But sometimes, you know, these people of faith, when them put them thing in the God thing that we are there, them trap themselves. And they don't have the latitude like we do to say, no, me make a mistake this way, you know. January, that was a big mistake. And what them don't have that, you know, they don't have that at their disposal like we do, because them did go bro beat with, them bro beat everybody, them self-righteously beat because them through them, say them in a God and a God at. Tell me some people. Why is it that these people, them have this thing as a God talk to them for come tell you something? Hey, President, where you laugh for? Why God can't talk? If God want to tell me something, why God can't tell me? Why God have to tell them to come tell me? God in a favoritism then? Right? Why them have the exclusive ear of God? Why God talk to them, but don't come talk to we? If God wants something to tell we, God are going to tell them something. Why is that? And God have the power to talk to anybody. Eh? President said them have God phone number. Eh? Why them get these messages from God for specific people? Why God never go talk to Spice or talk to Shensi or talk to may I come pretty, may I come with a call? Eh? Yeah. Right? How come them have the exclusive ear of God? People never notice the things that when we say like, and you know, my mind tell me say, so and so, or, boy, me get a look of feel. Yo, when we say, and you know, say my mind that tell me say, Ray. That is one of the way them interpret it. Say God attack to them, you know. When we say we mind, like, you know, we get a premonition about something. That is one of the way them say God did attack to them. You see when we say, you know, it never feel right. I don't know when we go over the far, when we go on that date the far, it just never feel right, you know. I tell you, like, it's like, to them, you know, I God attack to them when them get them feeling there, you know. That is what them say with God attack to them. Because when I ask people of faith, like, if you ask them some pointed questions for that, you know, them get frustrated, you know. Because I don't mess with people like that anymore. But anytime them come and judge me and thing and whatever, I you know, God talk to you, like God talk patois. We are laughing. No, but isn't that a legitimate question? Prezi, I swear to you, Papi in Jamaica, you know Papi in there? Well, Papi in the near you, right? And she had tell me about God, and if you stop, I don't even sexting when me did that talk about pan radio, she have a problem with. It was that same old thing about, you know, whatever, me need to use the show for church. But anyway, and she said God talk to her and whatever. So I ask her, I say like, when God talk to you, like which language God use? When him attack, he use patois. She said, no, God talk in English. Somebody said, God not talk patois. She said, no, when God talk to her in English, she hear God talk to her. But I said, but you not speak English, you know? But so she said she translate when God talk to her. Somebody said, God voice fine or a bass voice? I kid you not, President. She said, a bass voice God have. She said, a bass voice God have. So she said, God, but once you start asking them these things and whatever, and then some of them get frustrated and burn you out, you know, and you know, denounce you in the name or whatever. Because I need and your mind I tell you so and this and that. So nobody come judge people now. God attack to you or whatever, you know. Right? Of course, God must can talk in every language and dialect, but I'm carrying Eli. But I'm just, let me say Eli. You know. I'm just saying that some of these people who are saying these things, they are the ones who are appropriating God. They are the ones who are deconstructing, who are reducing God to their pettiness and their insecurities and their fears and their frustrations. You know, if them can't pay them bill, if them not experience success, yes or no, them something, that they are the ones who are going through that and thing. And I use God to attack you in order to cope with for them frustration, fears, and disappointment in not fulfilling what they set out to do. But that being said, still, I didn't see where Lady Saw say. I didn't see nothing here where Lady Saw say she give up Christianity and God. So all of you were saying that. I would like to, if you go by what put out, I would like to say on wrong. Right? That are the first thing. I don't see nothing. I don't hear her say nothing that you could interpret for say she done with Christianity and the church. Right? That's a one. Two, saying that she's not going to preach on social media doesn't mean that she's not going to preach again. It means that she'll come off of the internet. It could mean that she had done with preaching, period. Because ladies are, at times, she's not precise in her communication and she leaves room for all kinds of interpretation about what she really means. But again, saying, enough time when people say them come off of the internet or whatever, it don't mean say them are going to stop doing them or do. They may just want to stop doing it on the internet. Because the internet is not one easy place, People think they can manage it, Right? And the part where she said, may the Lord forgive me. What do you think she mean that's a prezi? Because she leave room, say, me can't see why some people jump on the thing right there, so no, and I say, boom, bang, bang, bang. Say, I come back and I say, may the Lord forgive her and whatever, which by itself is problematic, because if you say, may the Lord forgive you, you're saying it's a bad thing. So if it's a bad thing, then why would you be coming back to it then if it's a bad thing? But I am not going to go as far as many of you have gone to say, ladies are done with the thing and whatever. And then for those of you who are saying that people for come off a ladies are no, like seriously, I am open for say my thing is she used the God and the church thing, right? But you can't tell people say them for come off a ladies when ladies are out there send out the thing them like Prezi a crazy thing. She put my foot out, man. Mama does put out the something them so. Right? So you can't tell people to come off a ladies Ladies raise some significant controversial things. So and we live in a day and age where people are going to make commentary on all kind of things and whatever. And she is a prominent person within the Jamaican diaspora and whatever. So she's not going to get her from that, right? For some of the people who love ladies and whatever this and ladies are talk up the things and whatever. I go and say another thing to one thing and whatever. And if you listen what I say and listen what I not say. All right? No for one thing couldn't understand everything. When don't understand everything. The Shensia and Jada part, I know me not understand why Mama go this with them, Probably because Jada part with Spice, I think. But you see the Spice and Ladies part, people, leave it alone. That bigger than me, that bigger than no. Again, you see the Spice Ladies part. All I want to think you know this, you don't know fart. Here? Leave that alone. that bigger than uno. That heavier than uno. Uno don't even know the quarter, much less the half. And me no know either, but me know enough to know. So uno no know, uno not even close. That bigger than me, it bigger than uno. All right? Uno have no idea how deep that is. Leave it alone. Uno can't, and wait name, they're going to meds it for entertainment purposes, but trust me, man, that heavy, that part there heavy. You understand? Me not go down that part there. You know, that part is not my business. Not my business. But my business is this cultural thing where in Jamaica and other countries, but at Jamaica I know about, they weaponize God, weaponize the church, and they use it to self-righteously beat their fellow Jamaicans who they insist must be like them, and if they're not like them, then something wrong in the name of God. Me have a problem with them people. Me have a problem with them people. So my issue is not Lady Saw the individual. My issue is that Lady Saw is yet another agent of a particular practice that has long existed in Jamaica, entrenched, institutionalized, heavily practiced, and thing, you know, in my opinion, is not serving the Jamaican people. And I see a lot of people internalize these things and things because you're conditioned to believe that once somebody say God this or God that and thing or whatever, them right. No, they make them people a fool, no. They make them people that make you feel bad. They make them people that make you feel so them right all the time because them say God. And from them say God, them must right. They make them people that fool about God talk to them and God tell them this boy you and God tell them that boy you and you need to sow and you not take talking from God and whatever. Don't make a lot of people. There's a lot of charlatans, you know, functioning in that capacity. There are a lot of people who are not charlatans, but they really believe what they believe conveniently when it suits them and when it serves their purpose. In other words, they're suffering from various degrees and states of disillusion. Other part that I'm concerned about, I don't busy about them, they are the private stuff, them and thing. That is not my business, right? As far as I'm concerned, there are human beings who are trying to figure out them way in a life just like me and you, and them are go through them pricky right now. And me just hope say Lady Saw come out of this standing on her feet and rising whichever which way. And whatever decision or choice she make, whatever she do, I hope she grows, you know? I hope she grow. And whatever decision or choice, I hope it's not something that involve, you know, beating upon others in the name of God. I just hope. But as she try to figure out this thing called life, just like we are, everybody are doing it and thing, right? And if enough of we things mistake them where we make for us come out tonight, open to and whatever, who are we to judge, don't it? Just like who is she if we come judge others, don't it? And all we are trying to figure out this thing out, right? Some people take some more troublesome path than others, all right? So I honestly, I swear by my mama name, I wish the best for Mama Sa, for Lady Sa. And at the same time, if you come out and chat foolishness and I beat up other people, you know, with our pettiness and thing about in the name of God, like many others have done throughout our Jamaican history and so forth and thing, I reserve the right, you know, to call her out on it. Because she's certainly not perfect. None of us are. And if she's committing a terrible wrong in that sense, then there's nothing wrong if we call her out, just like how she call out other people too. If you dish it, be prepared to take it also. All right? Anyway, the number, if you're calling from Jamaica, the number is 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. But one thing about serious. One thing about these last utterances from Lady Saw. What is happening with her? And one thing, she want to come back to dancehall, or she just allow the preaching, but she's still in her church. One thing about the fact that she just jump out of this thing and say she's a minister now, she's a pastor, and she's Minister Mary and all. And one thing about that. Your thoughts. If you're calling from the United States or Canada, the toll-free number, again from the United States or Canada, the toll-free number is 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742. And again, if you're calling from Jamaica, the number is 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996. How much I want to over upon the Facebook? The 320 and thing, huh? Once a big respect to and thing. Jack, me see you. Yeah, who else over there? Jones, Vivian, Maureen, Vivica, I'm a charge Carol, Nakita says she's going through something and maybe she cannot understand it. Maybe it's regret, maybe it's resentment, quite a few possibilities. I mean, yes, she is going through something, no doubt, you know. And that's a very significant line from you there, Nakita, is that I'm not so sure that ladies understand what she's going through, you know. And I'm gonna say, and you know, the first commentary I make on whatever is that the first part of what I said when the show started, I think there's just so much confusion in the world right now that I think there are a lot of people out there who are going through things where they just don't understand what happened to them because of, for different reasons. But I think one of the reasons is just that the world, you know, social media, TV, and them something there, and just having access to a voluminous amount of information that is so diverse, you know, as in all kinds of different things. If you know, when you're absorbing all of that and noticing everything while going and all them something there, it can get overwhelming, you know. It can get overwhelming. Donovan Paul, you come back with a turn up the volume. President, why them always accept turn? But him alone say, Donovan, are you alone as a turn up the volume, you know, on Facebook, you know? When them on Facebook, when them listening, President, they're listening on Facebook, right? Well, a one person say, but just I tell you what I'm saying, you know. Carol Hall, you know, she said, I think Marion is missing dancehall, Raga. Jack says, Sa says she feels lonely at church and wants some company to help with leading the flock to the promised land. Did she say that? She said that, President? Oh, you don't know? Like Keita said, especially in our culture. Hold on. This thing has start move fast. Bernadine said, I have to put my volume at 100 in order to get you at a normal level. Well, And it looked like different devices are doing different. Christina Brown Sugar said, my volume buck with my earpiece. But other people are hearing fine in a Donovan. So see what you can do for yourself. All right, Nakid, especially in our culture when we experience something unknown, we don't know how to handle it. Back in the day, every time somebody gets sick, them say Obia rather than getting medical advice. That is true. And I think a lot more unusual things are happening to people now, to put it that way, Nakita. You're quite right. And then when people don't understand it, I think them come up with all these explanations, like, these things are affecting relationships too, when I try to tell you, it's like, people talk to me and whatever, and yes, it's mostly women who talk to me about things that they're going through and whatever. But there is a thing out there, man, where I rough up people, man, where they just find themselves in these novel, new situations where it kind of, and things difficult to figure out, Kevin said, I think she act way too much like a she one get criticized and bring down, and she make people get to her too much. Okay. Christina. Diva Frisky said it's low for truth. President. Okay. Camille says she a ear good. Jack said Donovan half deaf and used to shouting and loud noise. Trevor said ladies are missing something only she knows. Okay. Okay. President said when the commercial come on, one person said she have to turn it down, but then when me come on, it loud. Me know that's something, so that could be true. My brethren in Montreal, Little Thunder Sound, them say the same thing too, here. Them say when the commercial come on, so, that is a compression issue. When the sound go out, it compress, President. Well, I don't know if it wants some more compression right there, because said that those are disparate levels. So if you can't get them level out, bring up the lows of them and bring down the highs them in some way, whatever, And thing. All right? In fact, we're going to take a break now, okay? I will have break, people. We'll soon fall.
It's the Bridge 99 FM.
How you deal with?
Gonna leave.
KFC, we still are doing big. KFC. Work hard every day with determination. Anything you set your mind to, you do it big. No underestimate your potential. You are a real big deal and you must win.
SPICE in your area. KFC with the taste and the flavor. We are big deals, so adapt we are hard and we do big things with no
KFC still are doing big. KFC Big D. Enjoy 3 pieces of delicious chicken, fries, and a Pepsi. Because big dreamers need a big deal.
The classroom is now open. Our children are getting back to the things they love.
When they get home from school, help them to keep the family safe from COVID-19. Remind them to immediately wash hands using soap and water.
Remove uniform, turn inside out, and place in a container used to store dirty clothes.
If the uniform will be worn for a second or third day, hang it in the sun or air dry.
Shower immediately if possible.
Throw away single-use masks or place reusable ones in container used to store dirty clothes.
Stay away from family members if they are not feeling well.
Continue to frequently wash hands with soap and water.
And always wear a mask when leaving home. Let's get back to the things we love with the people we love.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Everybody have rights. Man, woman, and child, whether you're big or small. Everybody have rights. Look out for one another, we are sister and brother. Everybody have rights. Nobody no fi intimidate you. Nobody no fi discriminate you. As human being, respect you. Learn your rights, learn to protect you. Everybody have rights. Man, woman, and child, whether you're big or small. Everybody have rights. When you know your rights, you can't go wrong.
Every person, adult or child taken into police custody is entitled to legal representation by an attorney. It's your right. Ask the police to call a duty counsel for question and answer, identification parade, and application for station or court bail. The Duty Counsel program is free.
A message from the Ministry of Justice.
Yo, this is Usain Bolt, isn't it? And you listen to Bridge 99 FM. Remember that, out here, bad music.
Just a kid from the country, living the dream. Just a kid from the country, pushing the wheel. Just a kid.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Praise you, bring back that for me, yeah? Okay, this is a separate first it's a block it back again, yeah? Okay. Well, this is not exactly what I'm talking about when I say things are getting crazy, miss, but and this is nothing new. So somebody write me here and said that her husband is getting crazy because he never cleans their house. She always do it, and when she doesn't do it, he's asking if she's getting mad. Well, your husband have a problem here, but this this is not exactly what I was referring to when I say you have these people. There seems to be an increase in the number of what we say mad people in a clean clothes, right? Right? And again, I'm not talking about people who we can just obviously identify as having some sort of, some sort of deficiency. I'm not talking about them people. I'm just saying that people who you never think, for say and do things crazy, Yeah, you have a lot of them in the political climate. I'm just people. I'm bewildered of how normal it is right now. How normal it is for people in elected political office in the United States to be coming up with all these things about guns and shoot and civil war and kill and all these things. That I know some of you don't follow up these things, but I think what's happening in the United States of America, wagwan. And these are the things that are there that lead to something big happening. But then when the big thing happens, people say, I can't believe this is happening here. I can't believe this is happening here. And the signs were there before. The signs were there before. People just never did pay attention, or them they just ignore it or whatever, Some of us are going to example, You have one brother down North Carolina, in politics, Madison Cawthorn. He's happened to be disabled in a wheelchair. And, he's involved in politics. And some things that this brother here say, you have some people over in Arizona. Some things that I'm over there saying, it's like, the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, who, this man is a successful entrepreneur. Some things that this man come out and say and whatever, and people like, ignore him and whatever. But ignore him, no. He's part and parcel of some crazy thing that's happening out there. And what if these people, really get in a position where them can do some of the things that them want to do? At that time, we're going to pay attention to them. Okay. I'm not I'm not disrespecting what you say about your cleaning and thing and your husband, say your mother and them something, but that is par for the course, darling. That about long. Well, people never said, well, I'm not aware of a partner saying the other person mad because. Well, I guess you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it. If your husband is saying that you not cleaning the house means say you're mad, then, that's weird, yeah, that's weird. No, man, tell him to go help clean it too. If you are clean it all the time. Give me the call, Prezi. If you are help clean it all the time, I think, hello? Them I hear me? Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rago.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
I'm good, Wagwan.
Rago.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, yeah, hello.
Maybe I listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm there to listen to you. So, the whole lady saw thing, you see?
Yeah.
So my personal opinion is that, you see, Christianity is a way of life.
Right.
Right? And I feel like you just can't jump from the dance hall and just jump right into Christianity.
Right.
Because it to me that is like a recipe to fail. It's just like, if you're a meat eater, you can't just jump from eating meat and just jump over to being a straight vegetarian.
Right.
That is very difficult to achieve.
Right.
So take baby steps.
Right.
So I feel like that's where she is. So she made this big leap, this big jump. She get this calling and she just jump. Remember, I think she was at a funeral or something like that.
Yeah.
And she just say, she get the calling and she gone over to being a Christian and being a pastor at the same time. And, she referred to herself as minister. Like, them things don't just come like that. Just ordain yourself minister like how you ordain yourself queen of the dance hall. You understand?
Right,
so I feel like her failure is, I feel like her failure is because, well, I'm calling it a failure because, as you rightly say, she never said she's walking away from being a Christian, but she said she's walking away from
preaching. Preaching on social media.
From preaching, right? But then because she asked for forgiveness, what is she asking for forgiveness for? I am not sure.
Yeah, because if
my word.
No, but why? She would say she's asking for forgiveness for walking away from her calling.
But that's not a sin. You're not asking forgiveness for that.
Exactly.
To me, like, that's not a sin, So you don't ask for forgiveness for that. So as we said, me just feel like say her failure.
But hold on. But you see that now.
Mm-hmm.
That is an example, Even what you post there, It's an example of a kind of, you don't really understand this God thing, to be saying, yeah. That is not our, first of all, that is not our a committed Christian talk, even if them stepping away from it, stepping away from something, They, and it's certainly not our pastor would talk. But she would say these contradictory things where, to her, it makes sense to her, But to somebody that's listening and, what we hear is, hold on, so you say the people who are fight against you, them make you walk, them make you walk from it, right? And when them make you walk from it, you walk from what God did call you for do, and you ask God to forgive you for walking away from where him did call you for do, because the people they over there so did them and it have nothing for, all of that thing have nothing to do with she, You understand? So when I say even
people make you walk away.
Right. So you see them type of something when somebody instinctively listen to it, it's like, wait a second, your communication no sound consistent on one. Sound consistent. We're not sure what you say.
Right. But
and I think the reason why when a listener, you say you're not sure what you say, It's because she not sure what she has say.
It is because she's not sure.
Yeah,
It's because she's not sure.
Right. So
Definitely. But look, what me would have just advise, me know she don't want no advice from me, she not look at that. But what we would advise her to do is just take our time, sit down and read our Bible and understand this whole God thing. Understand Christianity. Do some more research into it. Understand and make a decision if that's really what you want. Because when you jump out, when you become a Christian, all of the things that you used to do before, and I wouldn't say all, but majority of the way you think, you can no longer think that, because like you depend. Say you're a worldly and then as them call you, and you see something and you go. Use some colorful language. When you're a Christian, when you just jump in a Christianity, you can't use those colorful language anymore. So you need time to unlearn a lot of things and relearn a lot of things. So
no, but you see, even that, and I know that sentiment is strong, and I heard you correct yourself just now when you say you can, everything you can do, whatever this and that you can do, and I think that is where this whole thing, this zero-sum approach to Christianity, I think with this incredible pressure, particularly when somebody just baptized or when, like Lady Sash, she goes a boom and convert right now. I think, in terms of method and thing, I think that is part of the problem too, because unfortunately, we live in a country where if it was a Christian and he used to listen to reggae music and drink a beer, if it in a secular world, he was a worldlian and he used to listen to reggae music and drink a beer. Now that you're a Christian, you're not supposed to listen to reggae music and drink a beer. Like, how, for example, like God would have any problem with a Christian listening to reggae music and drink? God not got a problem,
No, I don't think so. But what me think is like if you are a Christian, the way you think, especially like me said, the words you used to use, you need to be kinder, softer,
exactly,
more gentle, meek,
more forgiving, more compassion, more show more compassion to others and so forth. Yeah, right.
Yes.
And frankly,
it's not about you drinking a beer and listening to reggae music.
No, I was just using an hypothetical to say there are some things that some people think that once you become a Christian, they become bad. They don't become bad. It's not bad. It's wine on your mind and wine on your heart. And, as would I say, wine on your heart and thing. But we know wine on your mind where you think, or you see the world, and thing. I know, right. And then you believe in God and, Christ, your personal Savior. And we understand that part of it. But in terms of the other practical things and whatever, I think they put too much pressure on themselves. And then when they put so much pressure on themselves, one of their ways of coping with it, is to then start, activating that paradigm. I am because you are. So one of the ways them try to convince themselves to them have it together is by beating other people and telling them that them don't have it together. Because by doing that, you're communicating to the world that you have it together.
Exactly. And so they make it a burden. It becomes so burdensome to them.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. That's all. That's my opinion on that.
Exactly.
But there's something else when we want to talk about, rather.
Yeah. Wait, the 1 second, Prezi. Prezi, what more about you, sir? Prezi. Yeah, go on. Mm-hmm.
No, man, so one other thing what I want to talk about is, I ask you if you know anything about this thing named graphene oxide. Let me know if I pronounce the name right.
What?
It's like something that is, I don't know much about it, like if it's a chemical, but I know that I think when you char meat, when you barbecue meat, it develop that thing. You know anything about it? Graphene oxide, I think that's what the name is.
I can't. I'm not. It's not coming to me. What it is? What you're referring to? Graphene
oxide. Anyway, the reason why I said that, remember at the beginning of your program, I talked about just a lot of crazy things going on and all of that.
Right.
And so I know. So recently, we love drink Lasco, right?
You love drink Lasco, okay, right?
Yeah, man, me love Alaska, man. Me love Alaska, bad.
All right.
And everybody who know me know that. Me love Alaska. So one of my friends today now send me one video. I want you to say, graphene oxide in Alaska.
Okay.
But, so if I try to do a test now, the video is like he's showing the public that he's right. So we have a piece of magnet, and he must say the magnet show the graphene oxide in the cup. Then mix out the last cup, right? And then put it in a clear plastic cup. And then he put the piece of magnet underneath the clear plastic cup, and then they move it around and they say, see the graphene oxide in the last cup. And me understand that I'm supposed people be blind supposed to can't see say the metal, Lord, I can't even remember the word now. The magnet, right? Everybody can see that it's the magnet that is moving under the cup because it's a clear cup, right?
Okay.
And him trying to show the people them say it is the graphene oxide or in the last cup. I mean, but we don't know. It's like people gone crazy. Why people believe like they can't see for themselves, they can't figure it out for themselves and see that the magnet, under the cup and not that black thing that he's showing. It's not inside the last cup. Somebody just say, because when we watch it, I say, all right, I am a person that don't believe in a lot of packaged food. Unfortunately, we have to eat packaged food, right? Whether tin things or whatever. But I don't believe in that because I know that there's a lot of chemical and other things that they put in it.
Right.
To preserve it and stuff like that.
Right.
So lots of things in that things. But to me, when him have like, a YouTube video and him a show people and like, is that him stupid or he take everybody to being stupid? To me, that kind of irritates me.
No, I want to tell you, when this coronavirus thing came out or whatever, after a while, as soon as me see somebody tell me something about corona, me just move her from it, The amount of experts will come out. The amount of infectious disease expert where all of a sudden everybody an infectious disease expert. After a while it got too much for me, man. So I just kind of, because I'm a huge advocate of you're responsible for your own happiness and contentment and your mind being settled. So I know how to relax myself, and I know when I know how to monitor myself and to identify sources of stress or whatever. So after a while, I just don't look on them and I just leave it alone and I do what I need to do. And then, or I will filter the information being disseminated and know that, okay, I need to acknowledge this, and okay, I see them try to figure out the part, or whatever. But then for the most part, when the whole heap of expert them run out and thing and whatever, me just leave them alone, man. Me just leave them alone. So you have to be careful with them people who are going to tell you all them something upon the internet and now want to come upstore your brainy and want to come put your good Lasco in a ill repute, eh? Want come, does that come bother your brain and look how you love your Lasco and I come fast with your Lasco. I'm out and bright. Yeah. I'm disgusting and bright.
The truth is, I know, right? And I am like you say. Me take my mental health in my hands, my happiness in my hands.
Yeah.
Because to me, if you're not happy, make no sense. You live, right? You would say, me filter out things. I don't dwell on negative. Anything that can fix me, move on, and stuff like that. That is me. That is how I live daily, right? And when these people come with them corona thing, me not even like. They pay them no mind. Me know what me know, and me just keep that to myself. Me don't even have conversation about it with people too much.
Right.
And I think everybody, as you say, is an expert, right?
Right.
And even these YouTube bloggers or whatever, I don't watch a lot of them, I don't watch their channel because when they are saying something, they're putting it out there. It's their opinion, but they're putting it out there like it's gospel. And to know, when me look, I can decipher things out for myself. So if I listen to you and what you're saying,
no, some of them. But you just have to be discriminating because I've listened to quite a few things on YouTube that was just wonderful, educational, and I learned a lot and things. But the thing to know is that what is on YouTube is just as diverse as what is in the world, So some might is for you, some might is not for you, because what is not for you, somebody else I enjoy it, somebody else I enjoy it,
Because that's where I'm at, The problem is, it's not even them saying graphene oxide is in the product. That's not the problem.
Right.
Because I am sure that there are some things that are in the products that we're eating that we don't know because it's not on the label. I am sure of that. I'm not even mad about that. But I'm just confused how he could have a piece of magnet under a clear cup, moving it and showing the people. See it there?
Well, let me tell you something. All right, and I'm going to be honest here. I have friends and relatives who, when Ringy are doing him thing, and you know who I call Ringy, right? When him a do him thing, I must say that I am one of those who sat back and just saw some people readily believe certain things. And I was just concerned that, whoa, there are people out there who are susceptible to these crazy things, so who look normal. And, so who they around me who would, could be susceptible to these crazy things too and cause harm to me or whatever. And suppose I tell you, and then probably I go on, I have friends and relatives who believe certain things where it make me concerned about them. But them observe. You remember this whole 5G thing about the whatever, the 5G, and say at the 5G, so no disease no there at the 5. You remember that part there where them say at the 5G? Yeah. And suppose I tell you I have good friends and relatives who believe that and was trying to convince me. Don't use a phone, the 5G, them are getting in your head, and them so and so. And these are people who I I would never say, them would I believe foolishness, but they did. Relatives too,
No, yeah.
So what if something come up on them go convince your relatives and so on? See them, some of them when them people that believe them think they're not kill them family and not kill people. See them, some of them are going until people believe. That's what I'm telling you. Some crazy, It's just like this information overload and the way the information is delivered but fine. Somebody like me would be like, okay, whatever, But you have these people who you think they're sensible, balanced people. Some of the things and when they believe, I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah, no, for real. Because you know what? I have this one person in my life that I call my best friend. And we are best friends for years. And when she come out and tell me, say, she support Ringy, I was lost. And then, me give it a break and me trying to have the conversation with her. And then one time we had
No, hold on. Nothing is wrong if somebody support Ringy, Where the issue comes in is if somebody say, I support Ringy, because you can't just have open borders with anybody that come in with it. I don't have a problem with that person.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with everything with them say, but I don't have a problem with that person. Or I be like, yeah, you know what? I agree. I don't like how him do it, but no country can just have them border totally open. So that is just my opinion. So if somebody said that to me, okay. But listen to this. I know a black Jamaican man who say him support Ringy because Ringy are the best thing for happen for black people.
Oh, that's a new one.
New one what? Suppose me tell you, what you mean new one? Suppose I tell you a lot of Jamaicans believe that.
Well, my friend said, she love him, and she don't believe nothing negative about him. And I'm saying to her, that's where you're going wrong, because it doesn't matter how you love someone. You're supposed to be able to be balanced.
No, but hold on. Your friend says she don't say
that.
anything negative about him at all.
Nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong. She said, and it made me now have to second guess myself, really and truly. I mean, like, I'm conflicted because this is my friend. This is my closest friend. You understand?
Yeah.
Because her mind is absurd. Like, I had a lot of regard for her, a lot of love for her. Not that I don't love her or anything, but no, I have to wonder about her because she has said, no, everything is a witch hunt. Everything, even with the investigation.
And just a parrot everything when him say, and him understand that in a fake news is a witch hunt and whatever. And and what he's doing is just so brazen and just in your face. It's not even something you have to debate the things him what him do, you know, that he's accused of. They're just so brazen and in your face. And him have a simple formula. If them catch you, just say you don't do it. Just say you don't do it and turn it around upon them, and whatever them accuse you of, accuse them of the same thing when them accuse you. And I'm just amazed of you know, so I don't have a problem with somebody saying, "Boy, I love Ringy because I am pro-choice," and the Democrats them know, you know, they're for choice. If somebody said them like Ringy for that, I can be like, well, that is somebody a reason or whatever, but. When them, you know, some things I'm seeing people I believe nowadays. Man, I lie, me drop back and me I pray all some people, man. And some people I do something, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for really. And I'm very conflicted.
Me just kind of like.
I am like you.
Yeah, no, right. I know. Me don't want a woolly friend, you know. Me don't want a woolly friend. Me don't want, you know. Me want just drop back and go and pray them and watch them and navigate around them and thing. And nowadays, I see all somebody show a certain thing. Me not debate them, you know, and try to tell them nothing, you know. You believe what you want to believe. And me if you know where your mind is, or how quick your mind can switch to something, and just know, say, yo, be careful of that person because ours beat and thing, them not go hold it with you, you know. Or if somebody go say, believe so and so and so, and if you do so and so, you have to go do that. You have to go do so and so to Raga. Then we do it. You understand? Yeah,
they will do it.
Yeah, then we do it.
They will definitely do it. But you know, saying long time, I think before he became president, and then they had some mass shooting here, and he had come out and said, America does not have a gun problem; they have a mental health problem, right? And I never forget the fact that he said that. And to me, it's like in believe it and in tap into it. Because now
it's not even a mental health problem, you know. Ringy been wanting to be president for how long, you know. He has been searching for the angle with the use, you know. And all the time he had wanted to be president, you know, he was always on the side of the Democrats, you know. What happened was him find out, say, this race thing run deep, go way back. He understand if you go on the internet, look up the replacement theory, American replacement theory. He understand this thing that a set of white Americans have always had, this fear of being replaced. He understand now that these people say the definition of the United States of America is that white people must always be in control, white people must always be getting the lion's shares of any benefits from being America. For them, the whole notion of the United States becoming a multiracial democracy, that is infamy for them, you know. They can't understand it, you know. That is not America for them. That is not America. And him tap into that. But the way him tap into it with so many absurdities, it's just ridiculous. But listen, I forgot Lego, you know, here.
Yeah, man. No problem.
All right.
You know, say you come today. Yeah,
man. Cool. Blessings, auntie.
All right, thank you.
All right, people have a little announcement, a small one, auntie. I want to know, say I do free up on a Saturday night, right? I want to know I do free up on a Saturday night. But I also do Irie Jam Radio from 9 till 12 on a Friday night. Not that me I tell you my business, all of my business, but me just want to know. As many of you know, my first son lives in Florida. And, you know, in doing free up on a Saturday night, there's some, obviously there's some challenges there in order for, to spend some weekends with him and things like that. So, without getting in all the details, I just know the overall thing. So I have to come up with some solution along those lines. And that would mean an alternate night. People don't do well with night shows when them have work for go the next morning. And thing, So I'm going to have to come up with something else. So more than likely, I think it's going to be in the afternoon. Not right now, I'm just at forewarn, that the way I'd planned this, to say boom, bam, bam, do my thing, yes, and whatever, and, and then I said, I didn't know, say, I go down and visit. Basically, that is not working out the way I'd envisioned it, And clearly my son is a priority, and clearly my son is more important than free up, without apology. So, basically, I have to go free up my weekends, because during the week I'm busy. Some of you don't know what I'm busy with. Right? Some of you don't know what I'm busy with during the week and thing, And, no, Jack, it's not that simple. We have post foolishness, I won't move him to New York. My first son, he lives with his mother, right? So we're not getting another one for detail. But a thing that work out the way I want it to work out, and for it to work out, where my son is not an option but a priority, is that the weekend I have to go free up. The weekend I have to free up, right? Vinny said keep free up every other weekend. Well, that's an option. That's an option. Except that in media, people prefer consistency. But that's an option, Viv. That's an option. But I'm going, at some point, I'm going to add an afternoon show. I'm going to make it be odd for now. So I think probably like right now, perhaps like on a Tuesday or a Thursday, when I don't have Irie Jam in the night, we can have something else and thing in the afternoon, and free up the weekends, right? Christina, boy, bless you, man. Bless you, Butterbean, see the blessings and respect, my respect. No, yeah, I'm about to finish, Prezi. I'm about to finish. I'm just giving a heads up with that run out on the weekend and do free up, and free up is so much fun and thing. And trust me, I mean really long enough for no say. I don't want to be in a position where like, wait, tonight I free up or next week. Trust me, it's going to be a chaotic if you do every other weekend. But me I see how that go and thing. But something that go, change so that can go to boom and juggle down to Florida for general and all these things. All right? Just a good heads up with that. All right, take care of yourself, people. I'll be back on Friday right here, 9 o'clock. All right. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Free Up is on Ragashanti TV on YouTube, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, right? So that is what I'm going right there. So, and things. So for those of you who are listening right now and don't know what Free Up is, that is what I'm referring to. So me have to go free up the Saturday night so that I can go hang out with Zion, on weekends when I want to, all right? Because the during the week thing that I thought could come up, that now work out because of the other thing that we may have to do into next year. All right? So just keep that in mind. All right, people, I'm going to take a break. I'll see you all on Friday, all right? 9 o'clock, right here. So see you, man. Boom, bye.
Tickler, I need so much more. Girl, me watch you when you dance on the floor. Me have to give you loving once more. Send me no an island girl, her name Ramona. Her love is like a part of